So it's 6 o'clock, up to like a minute to six by my timing. And as much as possible, in as much as I want to wait for everyone, but to respect the people that are already here. So opinion, should we like wait, give 5 minutes for them to come, or we should just start right away? Then as you join in, you just start
Probably we
talking.
should just wait. We should just wait for like 5 more minutes. Let's just wait for like
Five.
6:05 or something.
Okay, 6:05. Okay, 6:05 is perfect time. 6:05 will start. Sorry for those just joining in. We're waiting for like 5 minutes time, like 6:05. So as much as possible, people can come in before we start. So by 6:05 dot, we're not going to wait for anybody. We'll just start right away. But let's wait for 5 minutes, then we'll start.
Okay, no problem, sir.
Ikike, Presido,
Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm late. I
no
was
problem,
absent.
no problem. So did you see the message I sent to you?
Inbox.
Yeah. I sent you a personal message. I don't know if you saw it. Read through it.
I've not seen it. Let me just check it.
Like on your Telegram, though.
Let me check it. Let me check.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. So it's 6:05, and I would like to keep the time as much as possible so we can end the class early and not like waste time. Sorry, is that so like we get to like catch like get to like end the class as early as started. And so today is the 26th day of November 2022, and this is going to be our first class on Power BI. We would be holding this class via Telegram platform, and the recording of the class will be sent to the YouTube platform. So if you want to a quick recording of the classes, it will be uploaded on the YouTube platform. So you can go there and we watch the videos, and we do because the activities are something that you need to practice. But today is going to be an introductory class. Today is going to be the first day one of of the Power BI class. And I hope we all have the Power BI software installed on our laptops and we are ready. I'm sure by if you're in this class, you should have the Power BI software installed on your laptops. So basically, before I go in, okay, just to confirm, are you guys hearing me? Just to confirm.
Yes, we can.
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, sure. So this is an introductory class. For you to have joined this class, that means you are either a data analyst, an aspiring data analyst, or you are just trying to test the water if this is your niche in like part of the tech roles. You're trying to see if this is your niche. Um, sorry, please give me like a minute quickly. Sorry, I'm back on. I don't know if sorry, I'm back on. I'm back on and so please can you hear me? So please can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you. Can hear you.
Okay, sorry, my screen still shared?
It came up and it went back off.
Okay.
It's
So
up
yes, can
now.
you see the screen now? Okay, sure,
Yes,
sure,
it's
sure, sure,
up
sure.
now.
Sorry for like the very brief. Okay, and sorry for the very brief interruption. So yes, as I was saying, that if you are joining this class or you are part of this class, that means you have like interest in data analysis or you are in the niche of being a data analyst. Jesus. So yes, as I was saying, you are either in data analysis or you have like idea of becoming data analyst. So yes, Power BI as a software is used to make informed business decisions. Right now, companies are transitioning from the era where they just make random decisions with no form of information whatsoever. And they just throw open predictions, and they are moving into the age where data is everything, basically. So just so you know, we make billions of data every day. From when you wake up to when you go to bed a day. Okay. Sure. So my someone brought to my attention. I just started speaking. Well, not so much, yes. So we actually have the pleasure of introducing ourselves and what if you're an entry role, if you are trying to come into data analysis and everything. So I will unmute everybody. I'll allow everybody to speak so everybody can get to introduce themselves. This one not so much. You can actually this could be very much more interactive. So yes, I am Victor Kosun. My name is Okosun Victor, and I am I just okay. I ventured into data analysis about a year ago, I guess, and I have done some professional courses like Google data analysis course. I am not yet fully involved in data analysis, but I do freelancing roles. Like I have like jobs and gigs where I get to analyze data, but I'm not particularly into any job, and I'm a graduate. So yes, please, as much as possible, if you can unmute yourself and just introduce yourself, so that this class can be as interactive as possible. That would be lovely. Okay, so hello, good evening, Habib. Good evening.
Okay. I'm Habib by name.
Yes, please.
I'm sort of so I'm a different to the parameters. I used to have
So Habib, sorry, I can't really hear you. I don't know whether it's just me, but I can't really hear you. I cannot really pick what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you much better, very much.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Thing is, I'm on the road. That's why.
Oh,
So, okay, I'm Habib, a student of FUTA, studying statistics. So, I'm a bit into data analysis and I'm like an intro level of Power BI. So, I know the basics of Power
that's
BI.
very nice. Very, very welcome to class. You'll be teaching us also. So, thank you very much, Habib. Then Nana, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can hear me, introduce yourself. Nana, I think that's like the name that
Oh,
Telegram is
hi.
giving me.
Sorry. I'm Nana, and I'm from Ghana, and
Okay,
I'm a data new. I'm now starting up in the data journey. So,
sure. You're welcome. You're so welcome to our class, Nana. Thank you very much. So,
thank you.
Quanti, quickly, so we don't take too much of the time. Quanti, can you please introduce yourself? Quanti, I don't think she's here right now. But so, Ikike, Maga, sir, please introduce
Boss.
yourself.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
I'm Ikike Nkata by name, a graduate of Business Management, University of Uyo.
Okay.
I'm an entry-level data analyst. I work with MS Excel, R, SQL, and Tableau. Though I know how the dashboard and interface of Power BI is, I'm not really into Power BI. Thank you very much.
Okay, sure. Welcome very much. Like you can see that you can always like reach out to in case you have problem with other softwares and everything. So Oluwafemi Samson, I don't know. Are you here with us? Oluwafemi Samson. So please quickly
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud
Okay.
and
Good
clear.
evening. Can you hear me? Okay. My name
Yes,
is
I can.
Oluwafemi Samsing. I'm a graduate of business management. I'm an aspiring data analyst, so I just want to know much about data analysis. That's right.
Very, very nice.
Hello? You heard me?
That's very nice. That's very nice. Thank you very much for joining.
All right.
Then
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Abdul Wahib. I don't know if you are here with us.
Yes.
Introduce yourself. Yes, please
Hello.
introduce yourself. Good morning. Good evening.
Hello.
I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay. My name is Alasan Abdulwahid. A teacher. I hold BEd Social Science. Frankly, I know
Okay.
nothing about Power BI. I'm just here to learn. Thank you.
Okay. That's very nice. That's very nice. Thank you all for very much for introducing yourself, and I really hope I can impact. At least we can learn more from this class and everything. So yes, back to our class. I was talking about how we as humans we produce millions and billions of data every day. Okay, when I was doing my class in Google Data Analytics, like when I was trying to get my okay, I'm still in. I won't say I've completed five out of okay, I'm completing 5 out of 8 courses because it's in modules. The courses come in modules. I think I'm making analyze data or something right now. So we I learned that data is everywhere and data is everything basically. From how you go to a website and you search for something on like you just type it on Facebook, maybe you're on Facebook browsing through a shoe, and the next thing, I don't know if you use Jumia, wherever you are, Jumia just comes up on your timeline, blowing it in your face, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, come and buy this shoe, come and see a price, come on, and you see everywhere you go, Chrome, everything, you see that it's already there. These people, they are collecting your data. Everything you do, all the things you do, data is being collected and stored as cookies. That's why I say allow cookies and allow stuff like that. It's stored as such, and it's used to help like this. They use it to help advertise what you want. Sometimes it's not good for privacy because there are things that you might not want the whole public to know. But sometimes it helps because oh maybe today I wanted to buy a shoe and I see that 15,000 here or 15 like thousand and stuff. But maybe and all of a sudden I've seen the same shoe exactly on Jumia. Maybe they are doing Black Friday and I'm seeing for 9,000. I'll obviously go for like the 9,000 naira shoe and everything. So yes, that is like in form of making business decision. But like for a company now, let me use it like a practical example. A company now, let's say you are hired into a company and they Jesus, okay. Sorry, can very brief. Sorry, can you hear me now? Sorry, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you
Okay,
now.
okay, okay. Sorry for the
Can hear
brief
you.
interruption. Sorry for the brief interruption. So yes, as I was saying, going by like a company hires you now, and they're trying to see that they notice that employees are always like after they train employees for like a year or so or like 3 years, then after like a year into employment, the employee leave and everything, and they are trying to know what's actually the cause. Why is it that employees are actually leaving like after a while? Like they don't get to spend 5 years, and they use companies use manpower, they use resources to train those employees to work like to their standard and everything. But those employees get to leave very like immediately as soon as they're employed and everything. So as a data analyst, you can get data from like using different ways. There are different ways to get data. You can use physical observation. You can collect data by through surveys. There's Google Forms. There's Survey Monkey. There is yeah, well, Microsoft Forms and everything. So those things are made things very easy, like very easy. Because like in the former days, like or when computer was not so or internet was not so rampant, we use paper to collect data. And when you collect data using paper, it's very cumbersome to start inputting the data manually, like one paper, pick one by one by one. Like imagine you are surveying 1,000 respondents or 6,000 or more, and you have to pick one paper one by one for like maybe 20 questions. And not on top of the fact that it's cumbersome, it's not accurate because we're humans, we're not machines. We are bound to most likely have an error too. Maybe there's a question that you missed that you mix the option, or maybe a child at one point fatigue hitting and you started like typing what you know, and basically we make errors and everything. So yes, you can we collect data and when you maybe use like a form, an online form or something to collect data. And when you're done collecting the data, you now analyze it. Basically, okay, first of all, you clean up the data. You clean the data up. You make you transform it basically. In Power BI, it's called data transformation. You clean it up, you remove duplicates, you remove errors, you remove items that were appeared more than once and everything. Then when you're done cleaning the data, you now analyze it. Analyzing data is another part because there are many match metrics that could be used for analysis. Not all data are analyzed the same way. Your business question will help you know what you are trying to analyze for. Like what you are trying to know will help you know what questions are you asking, what what table, whether you're going to use a bar chart, whether you're going to use a stats bar chart, whether you're going to use a 100% bar chart or something. All these things will help you know what you're analyzing for. So all these business questions help you know what you're analyzing for. And the next thing is that when you're done analyzing and like you have done your visualization, Power BI actually is a visualization software. Power BI is a visualization software. Let me just go to the next slide because it's a visualization software. Let me just because I know I'm going to get there. I think I'm going ahead of myself. So at least I know that when I get to that slide, I talk a little bit on it. So yes, in this class, we are going to be having an objective. I am trying to make it as simple and as streamlined as possible. It's more of a waiting your big kind of class. Like I cannot obviously teach you everything there is to know about Power BI because of the fact that it's very vast. But as much as possible, I want us to build a community whereby knowledge is being shared. People are bringing this and there. People are working and everybody's trying to help each other. Maybe if there's like a role that you feel somebody can fit into it, that's like the main aim of the class beyond Power BI software. So yes, getting data from an Excel file, CSV file, that's like the first part. That's like the things at the end of the class you should know. Then you're going to be able to transform data using Power Query. As I said before, when you get your data, the data is dirty. The data has errors. It has duplicates. It has people that did not answer certain questions, people that filled wrong questions, wrong boxes, people that did not check some boxes and everything. So you are going to have to, as a data analyst, to be able to clean the data. You are going to have to clean the data. By cleaning the data, you are going to have to remove all those errors, separate it, make it as sweet as you like. Like as a data analyst, you are like a detective. Like you are going to solve a case. So when you get to the case, first of all, you know how like all those if you watch those American films and everything, you see that first things first, you see that they like put like chalk and everything. I watch them a lot. I put chalk and they put like all these needles and they are taking pictures. That's how like as a data analyst you are. You're like a detective trying to figure out why are people not getting employed? Why are people leaving our job so soon? Why are we not paying as much? So if somebody wants to see something. Okay, yes, as like so that we don't distract a class.
Please,
After class,
it's like, so I'm sorry to interrupt, but your voice is a little bit far. Like I can't really hear. I don't know if it's just me.
okay, sorry, is it much better now? Is
Yes,
it better?
please.
Like,
It is.
is it better right now? Okay, sure. So,
It's better.
like in 30 minutes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, in case, like, after like 30 minutes, please just remind me so we can, like, have like a question session after 30 minutes so that we don't imagine and out and everything. Then
Okay,
plus,
boss.
apart from like issues like you're not hearing me anymore, sure that can come up. But like for
Yes.
questions about what I'm talking about, just after like 30 minutes, we'll have like a question session. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So yes, if we are getting back into it, so as a detective, like a data analyst, you are supposed to figure out why this and that, why, what, all those questions are going to be asked, who, and everything. So that's why you have to clean your data before you actually analyze it, so that you can come out with more accurate business solutions or more accurate solutions and everything. So yes, designing a data model in Power BI, you can create relationships between tables. Data model means like, okay, like now I pick a table from okay, let's say I have a chain of ShopRite companies or a chain of companies, and they have similar goods, and I'm trying to merge all like the inventory together to see what have happened over the years. I can bring this table from like this company, maybe let's say ShopRite Abuja, then ShopRite, okay, the ShopRite Lugbe, or the ShopRite Lugbe, ShopRite Lagos and stuff like that. I bring all this inventory together and I'm trying to form a relationship between all of them. Using data model, there are different kinds of relationship. There's one to one, there's one to many, and there's many to one, many to many. There's one to one, there's one to many, and there's many to many. So the relation, it depends on what is like the the two variables that are joining them together that will make the like one to one and one to many, like that brings about it and everything. So we are going to get there. Let me not bore us like here. Then creating interactive dashboard, like this is like the sweetness of that Power BI. When like you see and you like, especially if you're someone that is good with colors, when you do some very mad color combination. I am not saying be go and do creative arts. You're not doing creative arts. You're not trying to draw anything. You're trying to pass a message. Don't go and like mix yellow and purple. Okay, does yellow and purple go? Yellow and indigo or gold or some very very odd colors. Maybe you are seeing your dashboard. People are asking, "Are you like what is this trying to like process?" Because whenever somebody looks at the dashboard, basically there are some colors that stand out. There are some colors that give certain signal. Not like when you're trying to like okay, like imagine you're trying to see that something positive happened, like or like we recorded a profit, and when you write we recorded a profit, you now use red color, like you're using red like color to fill it up. Obviously, red means danger, 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 and everything. So you cannot use red for good. Red kind of has like a we're falling into bankruptcy or something like that. That's what like red starts for and everything. So creating interactive dashboards. In Power BI, you can create really nice dashboards. You can create dashboards that has to do with to pass your message basically. So that's like it's the visualization software I was talking about. So yes, I think I will move to the next slide. Okay, yes. So today, objective of today's work, as God and time will permit us, we shall be doing our introduction to power data analytics. We already did like the introduction to data analytics before now. Like we already did something like that. Then we're going to be doing introduction to Power BI. We're going to be showing us about like the basic interface of Power BI and telling us what each place means and everything. So that will be like the introduction to Power BI. Then we're going to be talking about getting data from an Excel file. Getting data from an Excel file. Then I will this last part because of the fact that I don't know. Okay, let's do it like this. If by 7:30 we are like before 7:30 we are done with or less we are done with the third objective, would we'll still go to this last objective. But if by 7:30 we're not done, because of the fact that transforming data is like it's meant to be like a full day's work. Because I don't want to okay, whatever happens, we'll start it. We'll like give like a brief introduction to it. Then tomorrow I will reinforce the knowledge we've learned today, or we'll redo some things again. But it just depends on the timing. Because this transforming data is actually a full day's work on its own. It's a full day's work on its own. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So yes, introduction to data analytics. Data analytics is the process of analyzing raw data in order to pull insights which are useful for in driving smart business decisions. So yes, we talked about this earlier. We talked about how companies, how we are moving from the not so data age, we are moving now into the data age, and about how we are trying to make smarter, more informed, better, and decisions and everything. Even okay, back to our daily life, it doesn't have even sometimes it's not as big as a company, sometimes as small as your your activities in a day. Let me tell you something. You are not as unpredictable as you think. Like some people think that like jam Rey Mysterio or jam Mystic or something that you cannot predict me and stuff. Forget it. You are not as unpredictable as you think. You are very, very predictable. There's always a track record. There's always a track record of how you got to where you are today. You didn't just wake up one morning and you are where you are today. There are some certain things you had to pass through. Same way with data. How your daily life runs. If okay, maybe let's give that like as an example. Every morning you wake up, you try to record your activities for the day. After a month, if you go back to like your activities log, you find out that your activities are a lot of times very, very similar in each day. Unless you are very, very like you are you want to change it, like every day you decide to change it. But if you're just running through activity mindlessly, have a very, very similar itinerary every day. So making a decision when you like so if like now I notice that oh every day by this time to this time I'm trying to say that or I'm saying that okay I don't have time for myself oh I am so choked up oh how will I do this thing now? I have work to do, I have courses to attend, I have and like yeah it seems like a lot. I am wondering where will I get the time to do all these things? Try to draw like an itinerary of what you normally do every day. You see that you will notice that like there is like a gap in like a timeline where you can actually sneak all these activities into and you make like yourself more productive. So yes, data analytics is a collection and analysis and use of data to tell stories using charts, visualization, and to help make business informed decisions basically. So yes, data analytics tools. Data analytics is like a very broad course. It's a very broad form and everything. And there are different tools that are used. There are different tools that are used. There are data gathering tools, there are visualization tools, there are data arranging and transforming tools and everything. So Excel is actually is it's like I think most of us should actually have used Excel like once or twice or like a while or something. You should have used Excel and stuff like that. But Excel is like the most common, I guess. Excel is like the most common because it came with a Microsoft pack, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft what else in that power this itself? It came with the pack. So most people did thought it was just more of like okay, me, I felt it was more of just like a data inputting software to make table and stuff like that. I never really saw the possibilities in Excel. But right now, it's really, really amazing me when I open Excel and I'm learning courses and I'm seeing that Excel is so much more than just a data inputting software. You can do a lot, even things that you can do in Power BI, you can do it in Excel. Those are Power BI, it has a better interface. It has like it's more user friendly, can create better charts, and it has like it looks very nice, very appealing. Can make better, very appealing charts with Power BI and everything. But Excel is also very good. Can also be good for starters. Then SQL is normally pronounced SQL. SQL is structured. This is a short form for structured query language. Structured query language. So in SQL, okay, let me give you an difference between Excel and SQL. Excel is like a database. SQL is a query language. That means you have to go online and like get data and everything. So in SQL, you can work with billions and trillions of data. In SQL, you can query like data from like maybe you want to get the analysis of if you have seen online when people are they are analyzing data of billions of people in the world or analyzing tweets Like somebody can go and analyze all the tweets since the beginning of when Twitter was created. And you're wondering how it's not possible to use normal Excel to do that. Because Excel will crash. I promise you that Excel will crash. Excel cannot handle um that much data basically. So SQL has to do with it's a query language where you can call forth, or it's like a programming language basically where you can call forth using from and select from and where, and say select byte data sets um or maybe movies, all the movies from 2013 to 2020, and you can get data from a lot of places using SQL. You can get data from open data sources, from national health. You can actually get like a lot of data. It's actually a very nice language, and it's not so hard to learn. Also, SQL is not so hard to learn. It's something that once it has to do with, obviously you take a little bit of time and everything, but once you are started learning it, you start have like a grip of it and everything. So SQL is actually a nice software. And I'm hoping that maybe after when we are done with this class, I'm hoping to like, because there are people in this class that actually have like more knowledge than me and everything. So I'll try to like liaise with them to see if they can come up and teach us something else, like to make sure that this class is a self-sustaining class and we can move forward with it and everything. So the next one is Power BI and stroke Tableau. Power BI and stroke Tableau. Why Power BI and Tableau are together is because they do similar work. Power BI and Tableau do similar work. Power BI is from Microsoft. Tableau is more of a Google software. Power BI is from Microsoft. Tableau is more of a Google software. The main difference between Power BI and Tableau is that Power BI, you can import, like you can use it without having to pay per se. You can analyze your data, store it as PDF. You can work without really having to pay and everything. But with Tableau, you cannot just import any data source into it. You have specified formats. It's not as friendly and welcoming as Power BI. Basically, it's not as friendly and welcoming as Power BI. That's like the major difference between Power BI and Tableau. The Tableau is almost like it's same family, but it's not as friendly and welcoming as Power BI. Then Python is still like everybody knows Python. Python is a programming language, HTML, like it's a programming language, and R. They are both programming languages. So Python, it's you also use it to like analyze data. You can also use it to call, like bring data in and gather data and basically and everything. So and R, they are both in the same family, Python and R, and it's actually quite simple. Funny how Python, forget the name of Python. Python is not so hard. Um um it's not so hard basically. So I think, okay, let me see. Yes. Then the data analytics process. Data analytics process. There are five basic data analytics process. You identify. First of all, you identify the business question you like to answer. That's like basically an analytic process. If you are given a question to know why you are making a loss in a company, you have to determine like what question are we trying to ask. Is that we're not selling as much? Is that we're selling inventory is not so good and everything? So you identify the business question you like to answer. Then the second process is you gather like the question, you gather like the data set you need to answer the questions basically. Gather the data set you need to answer the questions. Then you prepare the data for analysis. Basically, that has to do with transforming and cleaning data. Then you analyze the data basically. So basically, analysis basically having to process data, put into like dashboards and this thing. Then you interpret your results, like you put it into your screen and everything. So yes, now we have talked for a while. We have talked for a while. Before I open my Power BI software, I want us to ask I want to ask if there's anybody that has any question before Ikike. I don't know.
I'm with you, sir. Not yet. No,
Not yet.
nobody
Okay,
for now.
nobody has any questions. So before we move into Power BI proper. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, So, in the absence of no question, we'll be moving to Power BI proper. Power BI share screen. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, this is the basic interface of Power BI. This is like Power BI in a nutshell. This is your okay. Let me start from here. If you can see my mouse or my mouse, yes, you can see that there are different fields. There are different like places. I just like in normal how a normal software comes with. There are different fields and everything. In Power BI, these are called panes. Here is a pane. Here is a pane. Here is a pane. Here is a pane, and here is a pane. I don't know if you get me. In Power BI, these are called panes. So Power BI helps you to okay, let me give a brief rundown of all these things that you can see here. So this pane, it has like your data view, your report view, your data view, and your model view. Your report view, your data view, and your model view. So this your report view. Like when you are building a dashboard, your report view helps you to show everything you are building on your dashboard. When you are building a dashboard, your report view helps in showing everything you are building on your dashboard. It shows you like the data analysis tools you have used thus far. So your report view, when you talk about data, you see it here. Then your data view, when you have imported your data also, your data view shows like the data in raw, like in tables and rows and fields and columns. This data view, let me open it here. Let me click on it. Where if I have imported the data into this place now, you would see that you see a table, you see rows, you see columns, you see everything, you see how your data looks in the flesh, basically. So this is your data view. Then this view is your model view. I spoke a little bit about okay, as you can see, you can even see like this is trying to show that these tables they're trying to connect to each other and everything. If you can see it, everything. So this is your model view. Your model view, it helps you when you are connecting some more tables together. The model view helps when you are connecting some more tables together and everything. It helps you when you are connecting some more tables together. So back here, this is our report pane. This is our report pane. This has to do with where you are putting your data, when you're importing your data, where you see your everything comes out in flesh. Then this is your filter pane. When we start working with Power BI, like when we start like putting in tables, when we start doing our bar chart, our column charts, our 100% stacked bar chart and everything, you see that this becomes more populated. This view becomes more populated. Then this is our visualization pane. This is where you get to pick what tool you use for the job. This is where you get to pick what tool or what, whether you use a stacked bar chart, whether you use a clustered bar chart, whether you use the distance, whatever you get to use, this is where you get to pick it. And if you can see these three dots down here, it shows that it's not limited to just what you can see here. You can always come here, click on it, and you can import visuals, and download visuals, and get more visuals. So it is not limited to what you can see here. Then this is your field pane. When you import data, which we are going to do very soon, you see that you see your data here. You see like the data you have imported here. So this is like the basic pane here. Then here, coming up here, you see your cuts, your copy. Then when you want to get data, you come here. Then it shows you like the different places where you can. This place here is for importing data. This space here is for importing data. So then this here is for your Power BI query. Your Power BI query. It has to do with you cleaning your data. It has to do with cleaning your data and everything. So then the next place is where you put your visuals. Whether you can put your text box, where you can put your text box, your drawings or your pictures or whatever you want to put into your Power BI software to make it work better. Then yes, just like Excel, Power BI have formulas. That's coming to this calculation here. Just like Excel, Power BI have formulas, but it's called DAX. DAX expression. DAX expression meaning data analysis expression. DAX expression meaning data analysis expression. So this place, you learn how to create measures, you learn how to create quick measures, you learn how to create tables and everything. So this is where the calculation comes in. Then sensitivity and publish. Okay, publish is like for your sharing. Maybe when you're done, you want to share it to you want to maybe change it to a PDF or you want to share it in the cloud. This is where you get to share. Then here this is where you come to sign in. When you want to sign into your work, like when you maybe you want to share to other people, you have to sign in. But you can work offline. You can work offline without having to sign in. But when you are working with people that you want to share with, maybe from people that are far and everything, and you want to have an interactive dashboard, you have to sign in. You have to sign in. Then insert. Okay. Then insert. The insert pane. Okay, this still has to do with visuals where you are talking about your pictures, your text box, and your shapes and your images and everything, and your report basically. Then modeling, data model. All these things are still grayed out because we don't have a data yet. Once we have imported our data into our software, you see that all these things that were grayed out before, they will no longer be grayed out anymore. You can now start working with them basically. So you can see your new measure, your quick measure, your new table, your new column, parameter, Q and here and this thing. Then your view. I don't know. Somebody asked a question earlier. I was talking about he was talking about whether Power BI mobile, whether you can download it on your phone. You can actually have like Power BI mobile, like a mobile layout, but it's not really it's very limited in what you can do because you cannot do all these things that you do here on the mobile. You cannot use it for sharing and viewing dashboards, and you must be signed in before you can use that mobile layout, or before you can use that mobile this thing. So like here now, this mobile layout. If I click on it now, okay, that's it. If you can see now, you can see that this mobile layout, you can see it looks like a phone. Let me try to. Okay. If you can see, it looks like a phone. So if we started working on our this thing on our work, this will be later. When we started working, you can see that you can start putting all these things, and it will have like you can have like a mobile view of your dashboard. Instead of just having like a for people that want to look at it from the phone, you can have your mobile view for your dashboard. So back to we're not using a mobile layout for this class. We're going to be using our normal layout. So yes, this is like the basics of like this is the basic view of a data BI, Power BI. I mean, this is your interface. So next thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be working on importing data. We're going to be working on importing data. So in order to import data into Power BI, you have to come here. There are different ways to import data. Let me not, but much easier. Let me move this. You can come here. You can come here. This place I'm touching right now, and you come and click on this small arrow at the bottom. And when you click on it, you see that you can import data from a lot of sources. Let me open this more now. Sorry, it's loading. It's loading, taking a bit of. I know if you can see what I'm doing right now, you can import data from Azure, you can import data from CSV, you can import data from JSON and everything. So can you see what like where I am right now? Okay, sorry.
Yes, I can see. I can see. Everybody can see.
No, I'm talking about. I don't think. Let me see. Let me do this thing. Let's see this. Share screen. Okay. So can you see this one now? This get data I am on. So can you see it?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, Uche, good evening, boss.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. I have not contributed to your classes, but go on. When my turn
Oh,
reaches, I'll something.
no problem. I appreciate that, boss. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
All
Thank
right.
you. So, from what you can see here, you can get data from a lot of sources. You can get data from a lot of sources, from Excel, from CSV, from JSON, from PDF, and from other sources, basically. So today we're going to be working with Excel, basically. But I think we still have time. We still have enough time to work on data transformation. We still have enough time to work on data transformation. We're going to importing data from Excel. So I come here, I click on get data. Then I click on Excel workbook. I click on Excel workbook. So yes, I go to where do I even keep it in? Desktop, Power BI class, things of Power BI resources. Okay, data cleaning, and I open it. I click on open. Sometimes it takes a while for it to work. So that France match, who is winning? France and Netherlands. I be France and Denmark. I don't know anybody following the match by any chance. Who is winning? Let me check.
The last time I checked is 1-1.
It's 1-1. Okay. That's okay. Yes. Where's my work? Okay. Yes.
It's
Back.
2-1 now.
Who's winning?
France is winning 2-1.
Who scored?
I don't know. I have not checked the scoreline yet, but I'll do that. I just minimized to check that.
Okay. Sure. No problem. That's good. So yes, our data has loaded.
Mbappe.
And Mbappe,
Mm.
obviously. Our data have loaded. So yes, I'm going to click on this sheet one. I'm going to click on it. When I click on it, it's going to show me preview evaluating. And yes, we go through our data. You can actually come here and see if this is actually data you want. And come here and see if this is the data you want. So the next thing we're going to be doing, you're going to want to not click on load data. Okay. So please, are we following? Before I think I'm going very fast. Are we following? Let's share screen. Yes, share screen. So are we following?
Yeah, we are, but we don't have the exact Excel file you're using.
No, sure. I'll give it the Excel file immediately we're done with the
Okay.
class. You get to use it to practice when we're done with the class. But like I think I'm talking a lot, like I'm talking fast. I feel I'm talking fast. So let me give a breather. Myself, I want to drink water safe. Are we following? Nana, Kwanzi, Hamid,
Yeah, I'm following.
you're following. Thank you very much. Kwanzi, is Kwanzi with us? Kwanzi just left the class. Wow. Then Hamid. So yes, so I can continue basically. That's like the feedback I want to get. Can I continue?
Yes, you can.
Okay, sure. So yes, this data Excel file, I'll give the class when we're done, in order to like prevent distraction and stuff like that for now. So yes, this is the you can preview the data here to see if this is what you want to use for your work. Then you want to go to transform data. You would not just want to, you would go to transform data and you click on it. It takes a while to load. Power Query to load. So yes, our data has opened. Our data has opened, and you can get to breathe in the data and get to like look around the data and see the data is dirty. As you can see, I'm already seeing some null values. I'm already seeing some duplicate values and everything. But before we start like analyzing our data, I want us to know some like, okay, you can't see my current screen. My current screen. Okay. Sorry, I think I go back here. Sorry. Okay. This is it. No, before we go there, I want us to go through this first. What is that? Power BI class. I want us to go through this first. Okay, so now we are going to be moving to Power Query. Please give me like a minute. Let me drink water. A minute, please. Just a minute. Okay, I'm back. So Power Query is used to transform data. Power Query is used in cleaning data before it can be analyzed. So there are like three basic terms in Power Query or in data transformation. It's column quality, column distribution, and column profile. Column quality, column distribution, and column profile. So this tells you like what like your data entails. It tells you like how clean your data is. The column quality, like for column quality now, column quality shows the percentage of data that is valid, error or empty, or has error or is empty. So column quality, like now, if you like, okay, if you not you collected the data source, you collect the data and you want to know, you're trying to analyze it. Then there are some people that skipped some certain questions, or there's some people that are like no longer with the company and everything. But so you want to analyze the data source. So this column quality, it shows you the percentage of data that is valid, the ones that are actually correctly filled. There's some columns that are empty, or there's some columns that are empty, or some fields, not columns. Some fields are empty. A field is like a cell in Excel. What's called cell in Excel is called field in Power BI. So there's some of them that has error, that are filled, like for if you are on a date column and you are filling name, it's going to show an error and it's going to be empty basically. It's going to show an error. So column distribution tells you the number of distinct and unique values in each column. Distinct and unique, don't worry, learn more about them very soon. But it tells you the number of distinct and unique values in each column. Then column profile. Column profile shows the count statistics of each column stroke field. Column profile shows the count statistics for each column stroke field. So I was talking about um distinct and unique variables previously. I was talking about distinct and unique variables. So distinct values, not variables, distinct values. It shows the counts of different values, including duplicates and nulls. Distinct values. It shows the count of different values, including duplicates and nulls. What am I trying to say? Let's say we have another set of 5 names where there is, okay, let's say Deborah, Ada. Okay, let me just put in this class. Let me see. Which name would I pick? Let me pick. Okay, actually 6. Okay, let's say this class now. We have Kwanzi, Nana, Samson, Uche, and Ikike. Power BI, if you were to put all these names in Power BI, they will all appear as 5 distinct variables and 5 unique variables because none of them appeared more than once. It will appear as 5 distinct variables and 5 unique variables because none of them appeared more than once. But for example now, let's say Ikike was mentioned twice. There are 2 Ikike here. Power BI will count distinct variables as Kwanzi, Nana, Samson, Uche, and Ikike. It will count Ikike, but unique variables will not count Ikike. Unique variables will not count Ikike because unique variables sees Ikike as a duplicate and it sees Ikike as an error. So unique variables show 4 unique variables, but 5 distinct variables. I don't know if this is clear enough. Is this clear enough, or I should use another example? This is very important to know before we go forward. Is this clear enough? Like for distinct and unique variables.
I think you can just go over it once.
Okay.
Then
Okay. So we have 5 names. We have Kwanzi, we have Nana, we have Samson, we have Uche, and we have Ikike. If these 5 names are inputted into Power BI without any change, it will count 5 distinct variables and 5 unique variables. It will count 5 distinct variables and 5 unique variables. But peradventure, something happens and somebody come and inputs Ikike more than once. He puts Ikike once, he put Ikike more than once, he put it twice. Power BI will count it not count. Okay, distinct variables will still be 5 variables, but unique variable will not count Ikike's name anymore because Ikike is now a duplicate. So it's going to be showing 5 distinct variables and 4 unique variables. I don't know if that is clear enough. 5 distinct variables and 4 unique variables. I think that's clear enough. Well, just in case, okay, we'll go to the data source and we'll see what I'm talking about. So we're going to be doing a project for today. We're going to be having a project today. As a data analyst working in Okosun Manufacturing Group Nigeria, just so you know, my name is Okosun. So this is my company I'm working from. You're welcome. I won't be paying you though. I'll be paying you with love and support for where I am. But you're working in my company basically. You'll be given a data set, and you're required to perform basic data cleaning using Power BI to prepare it for analysis. So you are given okay, that data set we imported before. We're going to be performing data cleaning on it. The data set we imported before, we're going to be performing data cleaning on it. So now, these are what I'm going to be doing. This is the last slide. I'm very excited. This is the last slide. But it's this is where we go back to Power BI and work. So yes, these are the criteria you're going to be using to clean your data. So generally, there are 2 genders in the organization. However, some employees refuse to disclose their gender. You will need to assign a generic gender status to these employees. Number two, some employees are without salary because they are no longer with the company. You will need to take these employees out. And the third one, lastly, some departments are indicated as null. These departments would also need to be taken out. That's three. So these are the three criteria we are going to be using to analyze our data. These are the three criteria we are going to be using to analyze our data. So moving straight up to Power BI. Power BI. Yes. First thing we're going to do is that we're going to, if you notice now, our header rows is no, and where we are meant to have what this first rule is meant to be our header row. This first rule is meant to be our header row, but it is not showing as our header row because this is what is showing as our header row. This here, this here, this here, this here. So what we're going to do is that we're going to promote this header row to up. So now I'm going to come here and I'm going to, okay, you can't see my current screen. Okay, sorry. I'm going to come back to that. Sorry, current screen, my current screen. Okay, screen one is fine. Share screen. Okay. So yes, can you see the current screen now? I think
Yes.
okay. Thank you. So this is the Excel file we imported earlier. This is the Excel file we imported earlier, and we are going to be cleaning the data up right now. So as you can see, this row one is our header row, but it is in the wrong location because it's meant to be on this top here. This is where header rows are meant to be. It's on this first row, and it's not in the right place. So the first thing we're going to do is I want to promote it to header row. This first row, I want to promote to header row. So I want to say use first row as header. As you can see now, the first row has become header. The first row has become the header. So, and yes, I want to say something. Anything like when you are doing data cleaning, you can always look at these applied steps to know what you have done thus far. This is where you get to track all the things you have used Power BI to do, like where you have all the steps you are going to be doing is going to be showing here. Like now, if you look at here, you see that promoted header just came up because we have made all these things. This name, your gender, your department, your salary, your location, and your rating. You have made them the header rows. Then one thing that Power BI does is that it automatically detects the data type. Power BI automatically detects the data type. So if you can see this thing here, let me click on it now. You can see that there are different data types here. Power BI normally automatically detects, but it's a good thing to actually go around and see if it detected it correctly. Like now, this 1 to 3 is fixed, is whole numbers. 1 to 3 is whole numbers. ABC are strings, string or text. ABC are string or text. Gender is also text. Then department is text. Salary, see, it's wrong here. Salary is not text. So you have to come and change it. Salary is actually currency. So you come here, and it's a fixed decimal number. Salary is a fixed decimal number. So you click here. Okay, it has this selected column has an existing data. You add new step. So yes, it's giving me an error. It's giving me an error. Why is it giving me an error? It is not recognizing, because if, okay, let me clear this first. This is in US dollars. This salary is in US, because my company, obviously, we're very rich. We pay in US dollars. We pay like very good amount in US dollars. So this salary, it is not recognizing US dollars. It's probably recognizing another currency. So what you want to do here is to come to File, you come to Options and Settings, then you come to Options. Then you come to regional setting, current file, you come to regional setting. Then you come to you should move from English Nigeria. You put it on English United States. You put it at English United States. Then you put OK. Click on OK. Now, if we change our salary to fixed decimal number, add new step, you see that it's no longer giving us an error anymore. It's no longer giving us error anymore because it's now recognized US dollar as the amount, like the currency we're going to be using for this our analysis. So it has changed the data type here. So the next one we're going to be doing, okay, yes, I wanted to show you that normally when you load data, it only shows you 1,000 column because of space. It only shows you 1,000 column because of space. So you can say column profiling based on top 1,000 row, column profiling based on top 1,000 row. So if you click here now, you can say column profiling based on top 1,000 row or based on entire data set. Because this data set not so large, if it was a large data set, this like Power BI will start hanging. If it was a large data set, Power BI will start hanging. So you can either put that based on 1,000 row or based on entire data set. So first things first, I want us to remove this row. I want us to remove this row because right now it's good to make your analysis as simple as possible. Remove anything that's unnecessary. Anything that's unnecessary, remove it. So now I'm going to click on delete. Just click on normal delete, and it's gone. I'll be the column. The column is gone. Immediately I clicked on delete, the column is gone. So now we have our name, our gender, our department, our salary, our location, and our ratings. Our name, our gender, our department, our salary, our location, and our ratings. I don't know if we're following. Following? Are we following? Are we following? Am I too fast? Should I reduce my speed? Am I too fast? Should I reduce my speed? Sorry, I will need the feedback. Am I too fast?
No, you're not. You're not too fast. You're not too fast.
Okay.
I
Thank you
think your
very
pace
much.
is fine to me though.
Okay,
I don't know
okay, sure.
about Ikike and Nana and
Okay,
Kwansi.
fancy. So, I will need like if I can get another feedback, that would be nice. Am I too fast? Am I going too fast? Ikike, are you here?
But sorry, I still here. My phone was like stopped somewhere.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry about that. But am I too fast? I just want to get that clearly.
you're not too fast, but
Okay,
just
sure.
be observing some kind of intentional pauses. Everything.
Sure. I'll do that. Thank you very much for your feedback. Hmm. So yes, back to what back to what we're doing. Share screen. So yes, okay. Just a recap of what we have done thus far. First of all, we promoted headers. Okay, let me come here. First of all, we promoted headers. Promoting headers in the sense that we made our first row the header for all our like everything we're doing. We promoted the headers. Then secondly, we changed the type of like okay, Power BI changed the data type for us before we now change it by ourselves. That was the second thing we did. We did a change data type here where we had our name, our gender, everything. The data type was identified by Power BI. Then thirdly, we now when we noticed that salary had a text data type instead of a fixed decimal data type, we changed it to a the salary data type. That means we added the dollar sign. We made it a salary data type, a currency data type, I mean. So that was what we did thus far. Then we now remove this first column. Remove the first column. Remove the first column. That's what we have done thus far. Then the next thing I want us to do, there's something called split column. There's something called split column. When you do split column, like okay, let's say like now for this name column, we want to separate the first names from the last names. We want to separate the first names from the last names. What you go to do and you come and click on the split column. Then it gives you like a option. It gives you options on what criteria you're going to be using to split the columns. So I'm going to use by delimiter. Delimiter is like I'm going to tell you that I want to either use space or I want to use comma or something. So yes, this is where I get to choose what is my delimiter. This is where I get to choose what's my delimiter. So in this case, my delimiter will be my space. My delimiter will be my space. Then I want to choose, because like some people's last name, they have like 3 names. So if I choose each occurrence of the delimiter, it's going to give me like 3 columns. It's going to be giving some people's column are going to be like 3. But I don't want that. But I just want the first name and the last name separate. I'm going to use leftmost delimiter. Leftmost delimiter. I don't need anything here. So I'm going to click on OK. I'm going to click on OK. You can see now it has split into name 1 and name 2. That's split into name 1 and into name 2. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to rename it and put, okay, I come here, I right click. I come here, I right click, and I click on rename. When I click on rename, I name this first name, and I name this rename, last name, first name, and last name. So I have done like my basic, like the first clean I wanted to do here. The next thing we talked earlier about column quality, column profile, and column quality and column profile. So where I'm going to see that is I'm going to come to view. So I see that there's column quality. Let me click on it. If you remember, column quality shows the amount of valid and error and empty columns in a given data set. It shows the amount of valid, empty, and error fields in a given data set. So if you can see this first place here, you can see that we have 100% valid data set, but like everything is clean. 100% valid data set. If you come to the second one, you can see that 100 is still 100%. That means there is no empty table here. This second one. Then the third one, you can see that there are 4 empty data sets. You can see there are 4 out of them. It's 96 has 96% valid inputs and 4% empty. Then the department he has 100%, but salary has also 96% and 4% error. Then the rest 100%, 100%. So this is our column quality. Column quality shows the amount of valid and error fields in a data set. It shows the amount of valid and errored field in a data set. The next thing we're going to be looking at is column distribution. Column distribution. So let's look at column profile before we look at column distribution. Column profile. Column profile appears at the bottom. Column profile appears at the bottom. Column profile shows us the mean, the marks, the unique, the distinct, the empty string. It's just like a full blown analysis of everything. You can see male and female, department, salary. It even shows standard deviation for numbers. That's what column quality shows us. I mean column profile shows us. Then column distribution. Column distribution shows the amount of unique and distinct variables in a data set. It shows the amount of distinct and unique variables in a data set. It shows the amount of distinct and unique variable in a data set. So we were talking previously about distinct and unique. And I told you that if distinct counts both duplicates and nulls, but unique does not count duplicates and nulls. So if you can see the data set, you can see that it has some of them that distinct and unique are not the same number. So you know that there's someone that has errors. The first thing you want to do is that you want to remove the duplicates. You want to remove the duplicates. So how you do that is that you come and click on this place. If you click here, it selects your whole data set. Or you come here, you shall select everything, or you press Ctrl A. Ctrl A to select your whole data set. Press Ctrl A to select your own data set. Then you come to remove rows. You come to remove rows. Then you click on remove rows. Then you come and click on remove duplicates. If you can see now, it has reduced. The distinct and the unique has reduced. If you come, let's see. Like this first one, the distinct was 833 or it has reduced, like the distinct and unique has reduced. It shows that there has been a change in our data. That it shows that there's a change in our data set. This is 925853. It shows that there's a change in our data set. So when we're done removing duplicates, we want to do some basic. Okay, let's come back here. It said generally there are 2 genders in the organization. However, some employees refuse to disclose their gender. You will need to assign a generic gender status to these employees. Generally, there are 2 genders in this organization. However, some employees refuse to disclose their gender. You will need to assign a generic gender status to these employees. So I want to be going to our employees tab. Our employees, our gender tab, I mean. If you can, from just looking at it, you can see that it has some nulls in it. So these nulls show that people decided that they didn't want to identify both as male, they didn't want to identify as female. So they want us to provide like a name or group them under something. That's like the first thing they want us to do. So we're going to come to transform, or yes. Then we're going to go to replace value. Then click on null, type null, small letter null. Then we replace it with non-binary. Non-binary. Then click on OK. You can see now the non-binary now, everywhere that had null is now non-binary. Everywhere that had null is now non-binary. So we have ticked the first criteria we're using to analyze our data sets. Then the second is that some employees are without salary because they are no longer with the company. You will need to take those employees out. Some employees are not without salary because they are no longer in the company. So basically, this has to do with okay, I fired a couple of people. I am Elon Musk. I am evil. I do and everything. So I fired people, and maybe I fired from my company. Your name is taken out of like the accounting database because we don't want to pay you when you're not working and everything. So yes, we have to take those names out. That means everybody's name that has like everybody's name that has salary, like that does not have salary, is meant to be taken out. So I come here, I come to the salary column. I click on this small drop down. This small drop down. It now shows me everything that has like it shows me all the like data sets here. So what I want to do is I want to remove empty. I want to remove empty. So I have been able to remove everybody that is on this database that is not that do not have salary. That is like maybe the salary is on null. I'll be able to do that. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing that. Lastly, some departments are indicated as null. This department would also need to be taken out. Some departments are indicated as null. These departments also need to be taken out. So, okay, departments, Power BI, departments. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to come here. If you notice, the difference between big null, there's the difference between big null and small null. The difference between big null and small null. So, like some people are not in any department. So if you're not in any department, you're not in the company basically. So I click on this department. I come here. I come and look for null among this thing. I come and look for null. I now unselect it. I will select null from our data sets, and I click on OK. I'll select null from our data set and I click on OK. As you can see, it has disappeared. It's no longer null in our data set. It's no longer in our data set anymore. So we have basically achieved our aim. You have kudos, you have done your first data cleaning job. You have cleaned the data from basic, you have done basic data cleaning and basic data transformation. And I'm really proud of everybody here. I think we're through what we have to learn for today. We're through what we have to learn from today. Okay, first of all, questions. After questions, I'm going to release this video for everybody to be able to go through it after the class. I want to ask questions. I want to ask for questions.
Please, is the class being recorded?
Yes, the class is being recorded.
Okay, so I wanted to ask a question with the data we're working with. So if you could please put it back on the screen.
Okay. Screen one, yes, screen one, share screen. Okay, this here.
So with the first name and the last name, with the distinct, you
Yes.
see the first name has 859 distinct, and then the last name has 893 distinct. Isn't it supposed to be like the same figure since everybody has a first and a last name? So does it mean
Okay.
that some people are missing first names?
If okay, you're talking about the first name now and the last name? Sorry, Nana, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So basically, the first name and the last name, they don't have the same names, right? So like it's treating each columns differently. I don't know if that's like your question.
Can I come in?
Me, I was thinking. I know that the unique is like the special, like the ones that don't repeat themselves, right?
Yes,
Like the
yes,
names that don't repeat themselves. That's the
yes,
unique, and the distinct is like counting individual
yes,
names, right?
yes. Plus
And I'm saying
the
that if it's counting individual names, why is the last name, the figures there more than the first name? Please, if you get my question.
okay. If I get your question, the first name and the last name, you're trying to compare both of the columns, right?
Yeah.
You know that the first name are different from the last names,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like it's Power BI is treating both of them differently. It's is that your question?
No, I'm saying that you see, it counted all the names. The
Yes,
distinct counts all the names there,
counts everything
right?
plus the duplicates and everything.
Aha.
Yes.
So if it counts everything, why is it that the last name, the figure there is higher, like it's 893, and the first name is 859? Does it mean that there are some names that are not here, like on the first name? Some people are
I
missing their first names.
so okay. When distinct is counting duplicates, I think I understand your question now. When distinct, okay, like let me bring back that example I told you about before. Let's say okay, Nana. Okay, let me just give different names. Okay, I used Nana, Ikike, Uche, Samson, and I think Kwanti. That's what I used before. So if Ikike appears 3 more times, like Ikike, like some people bear the same name now as first names.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Yeah.
if Ikike appears 3 more times, distinct will just count it as one. It will still count five.
Wow,
I don't know if
okay.
you get my
But
point.
isn't that the
Even
duty of the unique?
Nana, can I
no,
explain
unique will not.
something to you?
Okay,
Yeah,
sure, sure,
yeah,
sure, sure. Please,
Nana,
come
can you
in.
hear me?
yeah, I
Sure.
can.
Now, talking about distinct and unique. Unique is
Okay.
the count of a particular name. Like let's say if you have 5 different names, you have 5
Mm-hmm.
unique different names. And if you have distinct, it's trying to tell you that this particular name appears so amount of time. Now, coming to this thing you just said now, since the numbers don't tally,
Mm-hmm.
you can have somebody that answers Andrew, Helen, and Andrew, Joshua. I don't know if you understand. Now, what Power BI does is that those unique names, do you get me? Those unique
Yeah,
names can repeat, sorry, yeah, cannot repeat themselves. You get,
themselves.
but the distinct names can, because you can have somebody that bears Andrew, Helen, and the same Andrew, another name.
Yeah, I get you. Can I
Do
ask a
you
question?
understand? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand the unique and the distinct. I know that with the unique, if two people have, like say Uche, two people are
Yeah,
called Uche, it will just
yeah,
count just one Uche. I know the unique
yeah,
does that. But then with the
yeah.
distinct, I know that if two people are called each Uche, it will count both Uche, right?
No,
Yes.
no. Sorry,
Now
Nana.
coming to this, Nana, can you hear
Yeah,
me? Now
yeah, I can hear you.
these are different columns. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Those
and me,
different columns
I
have
know, there are two, there are different columns, but I'm saying that you see, if everybody has a first name, definitely another person, the same person will have the surname, a last name. So
yes.
isn't the two, like the first name, the distinct on the first name be the same as the distinct on the last name? Since everybody has a first and a last name, please do you
No,
get
that
me?
it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
So does it mean that not every first name was recorded, but their last names were recorded?
No, all first names were recorded, but the difference is the first name and the last name is what makes the difference, because you can't have two first names and two last names repeating on two different columns.
Mm,
I don't know if you get
okay.
my point. You
Nana,
can't
can you
have
hear me?
two
So can I
first
just chip in?
names and two
Can
last
I chip
names.
in?
Do you want to
Yeah,
come
I
in?
can hear.
Sorry, Uche.
Yeah, yeah, you can go
Sorry.
on. You can go
So
on.
can you hear me? Bro,
Yeah, I can hear you.
so like okay, just come to the gender column.
Yeah, I see. With the gender, we have three genders now. We have the
No,
male.
female.
Ah, okay.
Unique does not once there's a duplicate, unique does not count it. You get it?
Ah, okay.
Once it appears, that's what I was trying to explain to you. Once it appears more than once, unique does not count it. But distinct counts it only
Mm.
once. So like in that example of 5 names,
Ah,
if
okay, I get it.
you understand now, right?
Yeah, so meaning that if Uche appears twice, distinct will still count it as one,
You still count as one.
like the distinct like the gender here. How it counted the
Yes,
male as one, the female. Okay, yeah. Okay, I
as
get
one.
it.
Yes.
So then it's not really different from the unique then.
It's but unique does not count. It does not count it. If it's two, it does not count at all.
It doesn't count at all.
Yes, if
Oh,
it's
okay. I
two
think
now
I get
one,
it.
it does not count. Not count at all.
I get it. I get it.
Is that the difference?
Okay, so if it has to, the only criteria for it to be unique, it has to be just mentioned once,
Yes. Like now,
right?
let me just show you an example. Just let me see if I can. Okay, I cannot really edit this. If I could edit this now, if I just change it to like okay, I can edit it. Let me come here. I come and replace value. I replace it with no, it will replace everything. Replace everything. Replace everything. Just if I replace this mail now with something else, it will count.
Hmm.
It will have 4 distinct and 1 unique. If I replace it with like 1 or 0 or like good, if you get my point,
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
it will have 4 distinct and 1 unique.
I get it.
So yes. So sorry, is the question answered?
Yeah, it's answered, but it's answered. It's answered, please. Thank
But
you.
any but
It's answered. I'm okay.
okay, no problem. Thank you very much. So quickly, I failed. I'm very sorry. I didn't introduce somebody very important in our midst. He's going to like he has gone so far and everything in data analysis. I don't Uche, sir. Please, I want you to introduce yourself. I don't have this one
Okay,
authority, please.
okay,
So
sorry,
please introduce
I
yourself.
did chop. Now I don't know that they hear broken language. Hello,
Me, I know the year am.
you know they hear. Okay, okay, my name is Onka Uchenna, and I am a data analyst. I use Python, SQL, Excel, and Power BI, and these are my colleagues. We're in the same CDS, and meeting them has been a privilege to me because I learned something I've not seen before in Power BI today, which is the column separation. That's the first and the last name using the delimiter. The ones I know before were using Excel to delimiter names and using Python to do that as well. So I didn't know that Power BI did that, and I think I've learned something today. So I think I started this journey around February, yeah, and I concluded it a month ago, and currently I've done some projects for my portfolio. I think if you follow me on Twitter or LinkedIn, I documented all my projects on GitHub also, and you can check out those projects as well if you have a question you want to ask me or you want to contribute anything to the projects. I'm still open. It's a public file, so you can check on it, make changes if you can, recommendations as well. I'm open to learn too because this data space cannot be exhausted. You learn every day. Like I said today, I learned something and I didn't think I would even learn anything today. So that's how we grow on a daily basis. So Ikike, Nana and Olua Femi Samson, it's a privilege to have you guys here also. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
so it's a privilege having you guys here. Sorry, I couldn't contribute my own 2 cents earlier. I was busy, but I think with time we can still have another session where I can come in and say and talk about
Yes,
Python if possible.
yes. Okay, very very. So yes,
Talk about
this is
Python and sorry,
so Uche, I was saying this earlier that this class is good for your Power
I
BI.
can't really hear you. Can you speak up?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
better.
I was saying earlier that this class is going to go beyond Power BI. It's going to go spill over to Python and Tableau and stuff like that. That's why I wanted like a larger community so we can all learn together and everything. And we are really, really privileged to have you join us today. And we hope to see you subsequently because the next class is tomorrow. After tomorrow, we'll have it next week, Saturday again. And we'll really, really be happy if you come and like you join around and stick around the class.
No,
And
of course,
hopefully tomorrow the numbers bumps up because we have 65 people in the class and only 5 people are coming. But hopefully tomorrow we have more people in the class and we can use this as a form of building a community and everything.
Yeah,
So really
yeah,
appreciate
exactly,
you coming. Really
exactly.
appreciate your coming. And Ikike is just quiet. Ikike doesn't do that.
No. The question you actually answered. I want to come in where Nana was trying to
Okay, sure.
get some level of understanding on what you actually did. I think you answered. Sure. Hello.
Are you asking a
Hi.
question?
I didn't get that.
Wait, were you asking a question?
No. I wanted answering a question, but
Okay, sure.
you did. But let me just
Okay.
add to what you guys have already said. Okay, you and
Okay.
Ransom. Okay, Nana, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think you need to look at that distinct and unique as like look at it logically, not just mathematically. Understand? Because it's kind of if it's kind of a logical statement. If this is the case, then this should be the result. Okay? So if for distinct, okay, if the name are repetitive, like if I have more than one, okay, for distinct.
Can you speak up, please?
Hello?
Can't really
Can you
hear
hear me?
you.
Can
Your
you hear me?
network is breaking. Your network is breaking.
Okay, sorry about that. Let me come again. Okay, I said Nana can figure that the differences between the distinct, why the columns will not the distinct and unique for the two columns will not have to be the same. It's because she's looking at it not like mathematically, not logically. Okay, it's looking at it logically. The color like that particular distinct and logically. That is, if this is the case, then this should be the result. But okay, let's look at this thing. If a name is more than one, okay, distinct will count those names. Okay, that's the logical statement of distinct. But for unique, if this name is more than one, okay, don't count it. Understand? So that's just a kind of logical this is that it works with logical statement, distinct and unique works with. So not just mathematically that it has to be the same, but logically it's working based on logical statements. That's it. I don't know if that has actually thrown more light on what you wanted to understand.
Yeah, I think it makes sense now. Like I understand. I do get it now. Thank you.
Okay, it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much, buddy. I think I'll be in absence of any other question. We'll be ending the classes for today, and we'll be
And
hoping
so
to meet tomorrow. Sorry, Uche, are you saying something?
yeah. I just want to say something. Nana, are you new here?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I know it's your first I'll call this a Zoom camp, right?
Say
Is
again.
that it? Yeah. Okay. Starting this whole journey is very, very tough.
Yeah, I
Um.
started, but I wasn't consistent, so I'm trying to be consistent now. So this is like my attempt at coming back. So
Okay. That's so.
yeah.
The only thing I will tell you as someone that is starting is what's going to keep you moving is not motivation.
Please say again.
What's going to keep you moving is not motivation. It's discipline and consistency. Do you understand?
Oh
It's
yeah, I
it's
do.
it's a very, very tough decision to make. That's busting your ass off every day and trying to learn something very abstract like this, something that a lot of people are not really used to. You understand? Try to make your way through it, and you would get stuck at a point, and you want to stop, but just keep moving. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
About Power BI, there's Python also. There is SQL. There is Excel. You get. So, and I know you're going to like find it hard getting what do they call it, materials or things you need to read